ForCanonSake.LIVE, and I saw the Twilight Zone episode 30, A Stop at Willoughby. It is directed by Robert Parrish, written by Rod Serling, and if you haven't seen this episode, I will spoil it for you. This episode follows a man who is sick of his job. His boss is harping on him, and he's angry, and he hates his career that he chose. Not to mention, he hates his wife as well. His wife is so complaining all the time, and he goes on the train to get to work, and it's the only time that he can get any amount of sleep. First of all, I really like the aesthetic of the snow in the window. I thought it was beautiful. And then, what's interesting is he falls asleep, and then he wakes up, and everybody's off the train. You got the train conductors like, we're at Willoughby, and Willoughby is a place in the 1800s. And everyone's all nice and happy, everyone's all simple, away from that hustle bustle life of modern 1960s time. And so of course this guy's like, I want to go back. I want to live here at Willoughby. Everyone's just taking their time, you know, just chilling. I first of all like the imagery of just like a couple of dudes. They're just like walking down the road, and they got like fish in their hand, and you got fishing poles, and they're just like walking. It looks so simple. This guy's like, I want to live this simple life. I want to get away from the hustle and bustle of all these cars and all this nagging boss and nagging wife. And of course he wakes up, he asks the conductor, yo, Willoughby, heard of it? And the conductor's like, nope, never heard of it. And I'm like, this is weird. Where did this guy go? Maybe this is some sort of dream? So I'm thinking, okay, this is some sort of dream. He wants to go to Willoughby. He goes home, and his wife is nagging at him some more. And his wife is like big insulting him, and his big insult to his face. Such disrespect. She doesn't know what it's like to have to work in his position. She doesn't know how good she has it. She's just constantly nagging. You suck. Ooh. Why don't you make more money? Ooh, why don't you give me more stuff? You know, all that fun jazz. I guess it's not really fun that much, actually. So this guy's super annoyed at his life. More boss nagging him, more wife nagging him, and the only time he has some sort of release is when he sleeps on the train. The second time he's deserted, he's like, I'm about to get off. And then the train goes vroom, and then he's not able to get off, and instead he wakes up. And he's like, dang it, I'm in this life still, I hate it. I'm like, whew, I feel bad for you, guy. But the third time comes around, and this is after a particularly nasty fight with his wife. And I'm like, aw, man, I really hope the wife, like, regrets this. Regrets having this fight and just like kind of leaving on bad terms, like leaving on a negative note, because he's like, oh my goodness, I'm at Willoughby again. He's like, you know, falling asleep. I'm at Willoughby, and in this time he intentionally just is like, I'm just gonna get off, and he gets off pretty quickly. Who cares about a suitcase? I'm in simple times now. And then what's interesting, I was like, okay, he must be in some sort of dream. Nope. Actually, in modern 1960, this guy jumped off the train while it was moving, shouted something about Willoughby, and then he's just dead. Were these previous attempts of going to Willoughby, like, previous attempts at jumping off of this train? Like, the episode doesn't show this. I'm, like, intrigued. I'm like, wow, okay, I'm flabbergasted, because I was not expecting this turn at all. But you know what's interesting? Willoughby, it's the name of the hearse, of the funeral home. It's on the back of the hearse. It's a funeral home. Oh my goodness! A stop at Willoughby is a stop at death. Well, I guess this particular funeral home with death. This guy wanted to die. I just find it interesting that every time he tried to leave this train, it was an attempt to jump off of the train in real life. And I always thought, oh, this must just be some dream, because, you know, dreams aren't real life. Until, like, the very last time, the very last dream, where he does get off at Willoughby. And then that was like, whoa. this is a crazy episode. I like this episode. It's got me thinking. Because, first of all, better be careful. Whatever the last words you say to your loved one is, better be good words. Or else you're going to regret it. You're going to regret saying the nasty words right before they die. You don't know when they're going to die. I'm actually curious about how the wife feels right now. I'm thinking maybe she regrets nagging at him constantly and now misses her husband. I'm honestly quite curious about how she's taking it, but the episode ends before it shows how she's taking it. This episode is a trippy one. I like this one a lot. It has resonated in my brain. I've thought about this episode several days after having watched it, which usually doesn't really happen that much with media for me, but if it impacts me a lot, I'm like, whoa. I'm still trying to figure this one out. I'm still trying to figure it out, you know. Let me know if you have figured this episode out. Let me know what you think of the episode in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I gotta give this episode is a solid, like, 8.7 out of 10. If you like this review, watch another one. The platform really likes that. If you want to fast track a movie review, you can do that for $20 dinos at patreon.com/ASEPresents. And if you'd like to help for daily grindiness of all them movie reviews, go to this link tree, find the way you can help for daily grind of all them daily movie reviews. Go here. And until next time, mint salad, I'll see you later, my sad croutons and bacon bits. Oh wait, I think I found a place for me to jump out. It's time to go to Willoughby. Let's go.